Hey guys, my name is Ryan and I am the King of Booty Fab. Now, it's been a while since I've sat in this spot. The last 6 months have been interesting, and I've had a lot going on. I wanted to get back at the videos, but I'll tell you what. Last time I was here, this looked a whole lot different. So why don't I take you guys around, I'll show you what's been going on, what's changed, explain why I haven't been making videos, and I'm going to get back into the swing of things. I want to start filming regularly, showing everybody what I'm working on. More than anything, I want to get back to my projects more regularly. It's been killing me not working as much as I have been. So Happy New Year to everybody, and let me show you around. So for anybody that's been with me a while, that tent used to be right about here. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, I've had a little bit of an issue with bylaw. So in October, I had a big push, clean up the front yard. And a little bit of cleanup to do here. But we had a big push, clean up the yard, hide all the projects, move everything around, make everybody happy. So the tent went over there. And as you can see, none of the stuff that used to be here is here anymore. That's because it's all hidden. Inside the tent, I got my 39 with the Caddy big block. And all the stuff that I'm sorting out at the moment. Lots of tools, lots of parts. But at least it's dry and I can come back to it later. Stuffed the 2 truck cabs down the side of the house. We had a pretty nasty windstorm, but usually there's a tarp over this, so we just pretend they're not even there. I guess that raises the question where the little car is. Yeah, about that.
That's kind of what I did.
No, I didn't get rid of it.
Straight.
You're looking good, buddy.
Should just squeak past.
What was that?
You're dragging a little.
Oh.
Beauty. Straight. Perfect.
So, this is her new upgraded home. Now, we haven't cleaned the garage and the basement in forever, so this is kind of a group effort. We got TIG welder sitting here, and more welder, plasma, chop saw up there, toolbox, chemical cabinet, a dresser that's on my honey, can you please get it upstairs list, which is now on my way, so I'm actually going to do it. But it's inside, and it's kind of awesome to be inside where there's light. New Cadillac big block for the other car. All my chemicals in the garage. Never even been able to look at the car from this angle till now. Well, till I brought it in here. And it's funny, there's a 6 or 7 inch block holding this thing up right now. When I get back to filming on it, I have to set it down on the ground, show everybody how low this thing really is. It's, man, I love it once it's rolled out. But yeah, we're going to take all the lights I had in the tent and pull these ladders out, mount some more lights, get some better light in here, wire up the big welder, get rid of the collection of doors and stuff. I'm going to have a real shop here. It's pretty cool. Now for everybody following along, I'm missing a few things. So let me just show you my office workshop. It's on the back of the garage, see? In behind my car. I got this door here. Now this room is the same floor space as my garage. It's literally garage and the office is one half of the lower floor, end to end. And yeah, let me take you and show you what I got going on there. Here we are. So, let's start out. Got shelving that's currently 3D printerville. These have been going like mad. My toolbox, all my mechanics tools. Cold War era crate that I got full of parts, more shelving, big old workbench. Frank, it's a little cold to be outside now. We got more shelving, stuff my kids got me, stuff that's important to me. TV up on the wall, hooked up to the laptop. I just use shelving as my desk. My desk drawers are a toolbox. Safe's out of an old battleship. But there's parts everywhere. Panel from one of my old buggies. And I've got bins and shelves and racks and toolboxes just everywhere. One of the best parts is I was able to get my English wheel, bead roller, shrinker stretcher all inside. All my body tools are in here, which will be even cooler next year when I rip that door out and put an 8-foot wide roll up, because the intent is to be able to get the motorcycles or a truck cab or something in here. I've got a decent amount of floor space. So like that 42 Chevy cab, I could roll right in here, do all the body work in here, keep my garage for something else. I don't know. Dreaming a little bit. Gonna paint all the tools. Finally do all the stuff. Now, it's still a little bit scattered. We just finished Christmas, and it's been an ongoing struggle to kind of put things away. But my workspace has gone up dramatically. And once I clean out my tent, I can actually work in there still. I'm allowed to work in it. I just rather work inside. And I mean, who doesn't want a tattoo chair, especially when you've been tattooed in it? Thank you to Julie for donating this to my office. I'm pretty stoked. I'm going to be able to program on the big screen with a wireless keyboard and do all my brain work right here. But I'm going to pull up a seat and story time. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not that I haven't wanted to film videos. It's not like I haven't been doing anything. Life just gets in the way sometimes. First of all, thank you to everyone that reached out, guys that sent me messages on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and it means the world to me. But I'll tell you what's going on, and you know, it's not exactly all over. So a year and a bit ago, I herniated a disc in my back, putting the axle into the back of my car, and there was just no option to slow down. Just can't stop. Doctors wanted me to take some time off. It just wasn't possible. June this year, it really hit me how bad I was hurt. And end of June, I decided to stop taking any form of painkiller. I mean, we're now January 1st, and I haven't had so much as a Tylenol since the end of June. I was taking a lot of painkillers for my back and muscle relaxers and anything to get through the day. End of June, I stopped taking any painkillers. I stopped drinking caffeine for pretty much the entire summer. I didn't have a drink of alcohol all summer. Decided that anything that might mask my pain, hide what was going on, I was cutting it out of my life. I needed to see how injured I was. In July, I found out. In July, I just wasn't in any shape to deal with anybody. I didn't want anybody seeing me like that. And end of July, I started cleaning up down here. I realized what I wanted to do down here. Bylaw was coming, and we need to get moving. I was moving some stuff in the office here. I tripped over, it was a pressure washer hose, and put my hand through a fish tank that was sitting up on a shelf. Whole lot of stitches later, and my hand's still not quite right, but you know, July rolls into August, and in August, Bylaw really started cracking down, but I was in rough shape. I lost a lot of weight this year. I had a lot of muscle to gain back, and just, it was all getting to be a bit much, and I just kind of I'm not doing anything. I'm going to focus on getting healthy. It was a big thing. I've never put any kind of importance on my health in 42 years. End of September, beginning of October, bylaw really put the screws to me. And I mean, it's fair. The yard was a bit of a disaster. I really was that neighbor. This room was filled to the roof. The garage was filled to the roof. Cars everywhere, parts everywhere. And so beginning of October, we did a huge push to clean up the yard, get it all done, make them happy. Everybody's good now. We've got our yard back. I've obviously got all this space. Things were great. I was feeling great at that point. I gained back a bunch of my muscle. I was feeling healthy. And I overdid it cleaning up the yard. And I was so looking forward to videoing the yard, and I'm going to get on the projects. And there's seriously points where I can't bend over and tie my shoes, and I'm just not going to. I'm not filming that. I just can't. As badly as I want to do videos and I want to work on the cars, I can't do it when it hurts me. And October, I was pretty hurt. Into November, we'll come back to November. I kept busy though. I've always been doing something. So let me show you what I worked on over the summer. And yeah, we'll come back to what happened in November in a minute here. So, if anybody's watched this YouTube video of mine, where I design, I show the design of the frame. I've got the drivetrain in there. If you go through my videos, there's literally the entire frame in CAD. I've built the motor, the blowers, wheels, tire, you name it. Basically, I've built everything except the body in CAD. And I spent some YouTube money on buying myself a 3D printer, and now I got two printers here since then, or two printers here now. But yeah, since I've had downtime, I wasn't able to move much. Check this out. So, I mean, I can go out and buy stuff like this. There's scale shops that sell it, but one, I have printers, so why not? Like, let them print overnight, and I've got a set of 4 large and 4 small. And two, I think mine are better. I've seen some of them where they didn't have a properly functioning cam, they were on a pin. This actually uses a cam that rotates with the handle, just like they do on the full size. And yeah, they hold up a frame right too. Well, I guess maybe I should explain. This frame is pulled from the CAD model that I built the real frame out of. The differences being where the seams are in here, how the mounts are done, because scaling down a 1/4 inch thick piece of steel to 1/10 scale, it just doesn't fly. The bolts are 3mm, the brackets were widened so they take the little rod ends from RC cars. So this car is going to be 1/10 scale. And the motor mounts are there, the panhard mounts there, the crossbar. There's no glue on this yet. This is all one piece. Those are separate pieces like you saw. And that clip that was just before this, you can see all the joints in there. See kind of the moon, or the half circle sticking out of there. That fits into a slot on the rear part of the frame that's printing right now. So it's late, printer's running. Morning, I will finish assembling this, dry fitting it, run some measurements, make sure everything's square, and throw some glue at it so that I can start printing drivetrain. Man, wish it was this easy to print real life car parts. 3.5 hours, have an intake manifold, 2 carb adapters, and a set of valve covers. And there we go. I didn't film the whole thing. You guys would have gotten bored anyways. But that frame's all glued together. Airbag mounts in the back. Link brackets everywhere. Engine mounts are all reinforced. And this right here is a 1/10 scale Oldsmobile block. We've got motor mounts that match what I built. Take a 3mm bolt. We've got oil pan, miniature 453 blowers, cylinder heads. We even got little Weber carburetors. And we're going kind of picking away at it. Next up is to build suspension links, because a lot of the RC stuff is 1/10 scale. Thinking about actually putting a motor in this, we'll see. But the next step, when I get some downtime or late nights where I can't sleep, is I'm actually going to start programming the body. So all of the bead rolled floors, all of that's going to be printed out. And when I'm done, I'm going to have a 1/10 scale version of that car. Because, I don't know, I think it's cool. So that brings us up to November. Now November I went down, visit my folks. My brother had a truck that almost identical to mine. And the transmission didn't, reverse wasn't quite right. And he was thinking about parting it out, but he knew I needed a motor for my Silverado. It's, I don't know if it's got a cracked head, or I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'm pretty positive it's not a head gasket issue, but it's an aluminum 5.3 with over 450,000 kilometers on it. So I don't want to pull it apart and find out something's wrong. He's got a good 6-liter in his truck. So yeah, I went down for a visit mid-November and picked up the truck. And well, yeah.
Decided to flip the truck. That's what happened. He should have explained that. He flipped the truck. It didn't close. That door doesn't close anymore. It's compacted. It's brutal in there.
I was out of town for a couple of days. I was trying to surprise the wife, and I was coming home, and I know I was watching the temperature dipped right at freezing, and I was doing right around 80 kilometers an hour, a little after right around midnight. Nobody knew I was headed home. Our road is a little over 2 hours on a good day with no cell phone reception and basically no traffic at that time of night. And I was coming down a straight section of road, hit a patch of black ice. The second I let off the throttle, truck pitched sideways, put me straight into the bank. And saving grace, as I was doing the speed limit, I was doing about 80K. It's what, around 50 miles an hour, I think. And I had my seatbelt on, and you know, I can honestly say that that particular night I was absolutely doing the speed limit with my seatbelt on, which may not be the truth every single night. But when it hit the wall, the airbags never went off. The truck, we know it flipped end over end. We know it was upside down when I lost consciousness. And I know it was off the rev limiter on its wheels when I woke up. And nobody picked me up. I walked past 3 vehicles that wouldn't stop for me. I walked about 5 miles out before somebody picked me up, took me straight to the ER. And yeah, it's sore, but Didn't really feel at the time like there was any pain that didn't belong from before the accident. I didn't feel horrible. They sent me home. Didn't even take any painkillers. They just gave me a muscle relaxer to help my neck. And a few weeks later, the neck really flared up. Whiplash is pretty bad. I had a concussion. Made things rough for a week or two. And yeah, that's mid-November. We're 6 weeks ago. And my neck hasn't recovered. It's crunchy. And it doesn't move right. And my back is so much worse now than before. Adrenaline and shock are great things, but they mask a lot. So I just got a CT scan. We're trying to figure out what's up with my back. I'm going to physiotherapy, figure out how to move. We getting back to life. Yeah. So on the upside, we had the truck towed out here. There's not a straight body panel left on it. I somehow managed to hit every corner of the truck. I collapsed the roof. The rear bumper on the passenger side's pushed down and in. The driver's side box is pushed in. The roof's pushed. The front of the truck is about 8 inches shorter on the passenger side and pushed. Like, everything is tweaked. I think the frame's tweaked in at least 2 places. But when the tow truck showed up here, we put the key in that big girl and she fired up, and with 2 flat tires she drove off the tow truck under her own power. So is the motor still good? Thank God for LS power. I'm gonna part it out pretty quick here. We're gonna strip everything we can salvage, keep the motor, put my other truck back together, and yeah, put that truck back together, get this one out of my yard, and get back to the fun projects. So let's talk about the projects for a minute before everybody runs away because I'm rambling. Okay, so everybody's caught up. I think everybody's caught up. If you got any questions, hit me up. I'm moving a lot slower these days, and I'm not as mobile. I'm not as strong. I'm getting back to it, but it's a struggle. It's been rough. So as much as I appreciated everybody reaching out, getting to film a video today was tough, because actually getting in front of the camera, I had anxiety, and it's been so long, and I love doing this, partially because I love sharing what I'm working on. I love the whole process. I love the community on YouTube, but also because putting up videos drives me to work on my projects, and I love working on my projects. Some days I'm just like, I don't have the energy to go do it, and I'm like, I should really put up a video. And so I go out and I work on it. But projects this year, man, we got some projects coming up. Obviously, we've got the rat rod in the garage. My goal is to have that rolling out of the garage by spring, late spring. I'd like to have it rolling. I'd like to get it running. I don't know if I'm going to get to drive it this year because everything got so messed up. I'm going to push for it, but realistically, that car is going to push out into the street, all 4 tires with the steering, with the body mounted. I want everything working. I want door handles on it. And if I get it running, awesome. And that gives me next winter to pull it back into the garage, strip it down, paint some stuff, clean it up, do some final work, and have it out for 2025. I had a 51 Chevy sitting in the enclosed trailer. Now, the enclosed trailer and my motorhome aren't here. They're stored at another property. Enclosed trailer's got a 51 4-door in it. Now, it's such an awesome car, but my goal has never been to drive it as an original 51. So Dustin down at Backdoor Fab, we shared an interest in some parts. He picked up about an 05 Envoy, which shares a wheelbase and a track width with my 51. So just like Scrappy, the Ford that we put a Crown Vic chassis under, we're going to keep the firewall, the drivetrain, the whole frame and everything. And we're going to weld that firewall floor into the 51. And we're going to do a full chassis swap, all Marlin electronics. I want to put the window regulators into the 51 doors, have '05 Envoy, power windows on the 51, AC cruise, all the modern amenities, and just a simple car. It's 4-wheel drive. I want to be able to bomb our roads up here. And the aluminum 5.3 that's coming out of my Silverado is going to get built up, hopefully with a turbo, to go back into the Envoy chassis, because that's the reason Dustin wanted a part of that. He wants that aluminum 5.3 that's in it. Luckily, I got another aluminum 5.3 here, so we're going to build that up. I want to see that thing on bags with some knobby tires so I can slam it, but I can also air it up and rally it, because you guys have seen my road, or you haven't, but it's a fun road. I'm going to bring my old chopper up here. I built it years ago. It'll make an appearance on a video here soon. We're going to bring it back to life. It's sitting in a garage at my parents' place. We got some 4-wheel drive stuff coming. My buddy Doug's got a really cool project that's going to be coming up, and I can't wait to show that. I got to get my videos going. I got to get some work done, and then he's got a project he wants me to do, which, oh man, this is going to be fun. I want to post up some of the model stuff. I love the 3D printer stuff. I think car guys can appreciate car stuff. I hope you guys don't hate it. This is what I spent the better part of 6 months doing, is what's in this video, and playing with my little model car. That gave me some peace of mind. But I'm going to post up some of that stuff because I'm working on some cool stuff. And I'm working on some car parts with the 3D printers. Stuff that I'll be releasing. If you guys want to see it, or maybe if you don't, maybe I'll just put up the video and you guys can decide. I am building a barbecue smoker big enough to take about a 150-pound pig. I live in such a small town. I want to do community events. I want to be able to have a cookout with my neighbors. I want to be able to smoke a pig with an offset rack. I'm not sure if you could see it in the video. There's a big old compressor tank out front and cut in half, and then another compressor tank that's going to be used for shelving. I'll bring you guys along for that one. It'll have its own video. If you don't like it, just skip over it, guys. I'm telling you, that one's coming pretty quick because we've got plans for it this year. I got some stuff I want to do. We're going to mount all the electronics on the bead roller. We're going to paint all the tools. January, I get to host, or I get to instruct a metal shop with a local school. The intent is to do a couple of them this year. The teachers are super stoked on me coming in, and I don't know how much of that I'll get to show you guys. I'll get to show you some. I'm probably not going to film any of the kids because I'm going to show you some of the finished work. My daughter gets to be a part of it, so I'm sure I'll get her involved, and I'll show you guys what I'm teaching them at the very least. Maybe show you some of the finished product. Yeah, and I've got some sculptures I'm working on, which they might come later in the year. But obviously the biggest thing I want to work on is my cars. But I do have some other stuff coming up, and I'm warning you guys now. Like, everybody says they hate videos where I talk. They don't want, I can't keep everybody happy. And the fact is that I'm going to film what I'm working on. And you know what? Honestly, I believe that model cars, barbecues, if you can't find this stuff fitting into the car hobby, I don't think you're looking hard enough, guys. Nothing but respect to anybody that's going to disagree with me here. But I'm really hoping I can put wheels on my smoker so that I can drag it behind my rat rod to take out for shows and cook for people, because why not? And it should be a pretty cool build. It's going to be huge. It's going to be about 8 feet long. It's going to be massive and way over the top because I can. So I'll tell you what, that's where I'm at, guys. My biggest thing today, I am filming this right here. Some of the footage is obviously old, but right here, right now, this is January 1st, 2024, and I've never been one for New Year's resolutions, but this year I resolved that I'm going to film more videos. I'm going to work on my cars more. I'm going to get the equipment going. I got some more tools in the works. I've got more CAD in the works. I got more 3D printed content coming. I got so much stuff I'm working on. It's going to take me a little bit to get into the groove, but my goal over the next couple of months is to be putting out a video every couple of days, like I did for a while, because honestly, it was good for my attitude, it was good for my mental health, and it was good for my project on my wow. You ever talk and just have a moment? It's good for my productivity. That's totally not the thought I had, but you know what? I'm not retaking this. So my progress, that was the word I was looking for. It's good for the progress on my projects. And I don't know, this I love doing this. I love filming it. I love putting it out there. And I hope you guys want to see more, because I got enough messages saying that I should get back here. Here I am, guys. I'll tell you what. Thank you for sitting with me through my ranting. Thank you for checking out the shop, listening to my story. I feel like I'm complaining, but you know what? I got some guys through YouTube, through this platform, which have been such a huge support on so many levels. And I didn't want to disappear and then just go, well, too bad. I don't believe I owe anybody an explanation, but at the same time, I just, if I drop off, I'll tell you what, I drop off again, I stop making videos. I'm going to get back in the swing. If I start missing videos, right, you know, I'm gone for a while, hit me up, send me an email, Instagram message, YouTube comment, whatever, hit me up, ask me if if I'm okay. We all have downtimes, guys. This year's been rough. Well, last year was rough. And I'm really hitting it hard this year. So thank you for hanging out. You guys mean the world to me. I got videos coming soon. So I'll see you right here or over there or out there. I'm going to see you soon. Have a great night, guys.